Rich Fortney here. Quest to get on the Alone Show. If you like this video, subscribe and like. I'm back up here at the camp. I'm going to, I'll show you. Put my trout in the creek. I'm gonna camouflage it a little bit. I don't think I got anything to worry about, especially with my fire. I'm gonna get it going again, but I'm gonna get started on the Wikiup. I got a lot of wood I gotta get. I'm gonna get probably anywhere from 12 to 15 nice tall 10 to 12 foot poles. I'm gonna use 4-inch round poplar, green poplar, for the base, and then I'm gonna try to find dead standing wood to for the rest of it, and then I'll go around and show you more, because I'll have to get some twigs put up in there and twine so I can start layering it. But you'll see, I'll put this thing on time warp after I gather the material, so because gathering the material is probably going to take me a couple hours. So there you have it. All right, I got my 3 main beams, poplar. They're 10 feet. I'm not going any higher than 10 feet, and I'll put those together. I'll lash and frap it and show you that here in a minute. But I wanted to show you the rest of the material. Those 3 smaller poles right there, I'm going to make a cooking tripod for that trout. And then I've got 10 or 11 dead standing pines for the sides. But I'm going to take you for a little walk. I'm going to show you a couple things I found while I was out there getting that stuff. And as you can see, there's the tops to the poplars, so that I can use that for lashing inside for when I put the moss and pine tops on it. I'll show you that in a minute. All right, here we go. I elevated it a little bit, as you can see with this log. Now I'm going to go ahead and lash and frap it. First thing I want to do is I want to try a constrictor knot on one side. And as you can see, I burnt the ends of the 550 cord last night. Okay, now I'm going to lash it, and the way I'm going to lash it is I always like to come around it on this end just one time and time real tight, as tight as you can. See how it's making it snug? And then I like to lash it about 6 times, because then you'll frap 3 times on each. And also I come down, I don't know, almost a foot. So it all depends on your preferences. You want to keep it as tight as you possibly can the whole way through. Your frapping will really get it tight. Because of that knot. Oh. There. Five, 6. Okay. 6. And then you want to bring it through your frapping. And I don't like cutting my 550 cord unless I really have to. And this is why having it raised a little bit makes it a lot simpler to do. And you can always get a pole, a little stick to help end of your axe if you want it to. One more on this side, and then we'll go to the next. Some people will say you don't have to do it that way or put as many fraps in it as I'm doing, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. There we go. Notice how it's not going to come? That's because there's a knot there, and that's all right, because it's still going to be secured. One more, and then we'll be done. Almost. There we go. Now I'm going to bring it back, do another loop, and put another constrictor knot and call it quits. Now, a lot of people use they call them Canadian jam knots, but me personally, I like the constrictor knot. And I'm also going to tie a small loop, and I'm going to leave this on here because I want to use it later on inside the shelter. So yeah, it should be long enough. Quick. There. Okay, now I'm just going to let that dangle. So there you have it. Now I'll put it on time lapse and go from there. Show you these pine trees. They actually, the tops of them, whenever we get a hard winds, they the tops snap. See that green right there? That's a top. This one just totally fell, but you'll see up here there's a few more. That sun feels good. As you can see, still snow on the ground. More tops. So I'll be going around collecting all that and using that for weaving once I get the walls and stuff up. Okay, I'm down to 3% on this battery, so I'm gonna have to switch it. So I'm running out of batteries again. What I'm gonna do, just because it is cold, I'll just take segments. Basically, I'm going to put up the walls and I'll film that real quick, and then with every step I'll film it. So stand by. Okay, I'm gonna give you a quick status update. Excuse me. The Wikiup's coming pretty good. As you can see, I moved all the moss back in here for me to use later. Basically, let me back up so you can see the whole thing. I need to add a few more smaller twigs in between the beams so I could start weaving the tops of the trees. But that's going to be my raised bed. Oh yeah, the fireplace. I put an adjustable bushcraft pot holder. That's one of several things you can do. You can put 2 Ys on each side of the thing, the fire, and put a stick across it. But right here is going to be my door. So there you have it. I'm leaving the tarp up just in case it rains. Plus I can use it for wood storage. So plus it'll give me a chance to make a door for the for the actual Wikiup. Now, just so you know, bought 50 corded and used a little bit of snare wire up here on the tops, but it's pretty damn sturdy. So there you have it. There you have it so far. I'll film some more here shortly. All right, I'm gonna show you what I'm doing. I'm basically grabbing green branches and I'm interlocking them, making X's. Then what I'm gonna do, and this is important, you want them to face downward, like so. Then you just start intertwining it, like so. And you'll want to cross, make X's with it as well. You're basically just making a wall for your moss, and I'll show you that here in a second. Good enough. And I'll be able to cut any of the loose branches on the inside. And it's important to start at the bottom and work your way up. There we go. And then you want to start laying your moss. Now, this moss is frozen, but as you can see, it's going to take a lot. But you get the gist of it. So there you have it. I'll keep going. It's going to take me a couple more hours. A few hours, matter of fact. But I'll get it. Okay, you got a better idea now of what I'm talking about. What I would do is I'll finish this up, and then I'd mulch, or I mean I'd get moss and take it all the way up to where that triangle that I built, because you want to leave that open for the smoke to move out. You don't want to leave it all the way open, but normally with your fire, it burns off any of the rain that might come in. I want to go ahead and get a good fire going, and I want to clean that fish and cook it, because I'm hungry. Got a lot more work to do, so stay tuned. Trail camera, because I'm going to set it tonight over the gut pile, see if we don't get something to come in on it. And also I picked up a 10 by 12 tarp so I can finish the shelter and waterproof it, because that's what I would do if I was on the Alone Show. So with that being said, I'm going to get a fire started. I'm going to start cooking that fish again. It's frozen solid. It's solid piece of ice. You could you could call it a fish sickle. Shoot, that's too funny. But then once I get into that, I'm gonna go ahead and start finishing up, putting brush in there and collecting moss. That moss around here it's spread out in rock piles, so it's gonna take me a while. So hopefully I can be done by, at least with the moss, by this evening. So we'll see. So stay tuned. Okay, here's a little status update, and then I'll walk you around. It's probably about noon. I did change the direction of where I want the door. I kept thinking about it, and I'm gonna have it facing due north. Reason being is that wind at night comes from the south and just whips in here, so I want to take care of that. But now I'm going to show you around the what I've done so far. I've still got a lot of work to do. As you can see, it's coming along. So I'll keep giving you statuses. Hopefully I'll have it done. It's probably noon, somewhere in there. Hopefully I can have it done before dark. We'll see. I'd like to have a nice cozy fire tonight. Okay, status update. What's been taking me so long is getting the moss. Like, I have to walk about a half a mile up where all those rocks are, and they're just in little chunks. It's not like Alaska or British Columbia where there's big pieces. But hey, I'm gonna make do. So there you have it. I'm gonna walk around to show you it. It's getting there. What I plan on doing for tonight, so I'm gonna put a log right up along this beam, connect the tarp that I brought, and wrap it around, and that'll also be my door. So there you have it. I'm getting there. Also, I started the base of my raised bed. I gotta cut those pieces of wood. I'll use poplar and some stakes. So, and I found me a turkey feather earlier. Now, straightened up in here a little bit, because I wanted it to be neat. It makes it more organized when you have a neat area. Plus, you have your supply of wood. I know whenever I'd be down here, I'd want to at least have 3 days of wood in there, a supply of wood, in case the weather got really bad. So All right, there you have it. So I'll continue and let you know when I almost get done. All right, status update. So far I've got it up to where I need to go about 2.5 feet more, but let me show you. That's about 50 trips up in the woods getting moss. So I'm good for tonight, but I'm going to go ahead and put my tarp on, give it a test, see how the air flows. I did get the raised bed, as you can see. Got some more firewood. I've been non-stop. But y'all are wondering about my fish. I'm gonna show you what I did with it. Bear with me. Okay, I'm getting up here to where my refrigerator is, in the ground right over here. I wanted to keep it cold. Not that that's a problem, but I probably got about 30 today, so this was covered. Sorry, didn't see it. Solid ice. So I didn't think I had anything to worry about. So let me go ahead and get that tarp on. I'm just going to secure it to one pole. Okay, I'm going to show you basically what I did. I connected the tarp with snare wire. Use my Leatherman like so. Tighten it down. That way it's secure. I'm doing that one-handed, so because of the camera. And then you snip it off. You keep these for eyelets for fishing lures, weight for fishing lures, and so now I'm going to go ahead and put it up, stretch it around, put poles on it, and we'll go from there. Here is what the outside looks like. Not bad for 2 days worth of work. Now obviously I would take my time, get the frame up sort of like I did today, but not bad. Now if it started raining real hard, a little spot right there that's open, I'd put my rain jacket there, keep the water from coming in. Now I'll take you to the inside, and obviously if I had more time, I'd constantly improve this, but then I would every day I'd have to start setting my priorities of work, like trapping, fishing, hunting, depending on where I would be. Alrighty. Not too bad. No, my bed's covered, so that was the priority. I'm gonna go ahead and get a fire started and cook this fish. So stay tuned. What a difference. The heat. Probably a 10-degree difference from in here to out there, and it's just getting colder outside. I put my jacket right there just to block the air, but it's rising straight up, as you can see. Threw a couple pieces of pine in there. It's popping. You can see that. Obviously I won't do that whenever I'm sleeping. I'll just use poplar. Love to find some oak, sassafras, or something harder wood, but I'll have to go on up the hill to do that. I'm not going to do that tomorrow, but I am going to try to finish this moss. I should be able to get it knocked out, so I'm getting up to a smaller diameter, maybe in an hour or two. But but I am just excuse me, I am just wiped out today. So I'm gonna get my sleeping bag, and as you can see, I'll turn my IR camera on. Hopefully it works. We'll see. So stay tuned. Alrighty, here we go. What I'm gonna do is, I believe she's recording. Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my sleeping bag, get some coals, and then I'm gonna cook this fish, and then I'm calling it a night. I know I need to make some chopsticks. Simple. Put two sticks together, put a little stick in between it, and tie a lashing on the end. Then you ching ching ching. Or just use two sticks like you would chopsticks. But all right. So there you have it. Today was hard working, getting the trying to get the shelter. Like I said, sometimes you run into issues like this. My last shelter build, I actually had to move locations because the loggers were logging, and I think I told you all that I mimicked Clay Hayes' A-frame. It's pretty cool. Took a lot longer than this. So I think this is the one that I would use, and either this or a wigwam, depending on where you're at. I'd have to study the local area and stuff, but man, I'm having a blast. Even though I do got a little bit of a cold, so I think it's all this cold weather, that moved in on us. Just sinus drainage, that kind of stuff. So, but it's going to be nice sitting or sleeping above the ground on my raised bed. Just real quick, simple. You could use moss on it if you wanted to. I wouldn't use the pine needles because of all the sap. So, but there you have it. I just wanted to say, now's the time when you would be working on little projects. Like I've got to make a spindle. I'm going to use this piece of poplar. It's kind of straight. It's got a wee little bend in it, but solid all the way through. But this is the time you'd be doing that. Plus I got to make a block, a bearing block. Actually have one that is in my axe and in my knife. I don't know if you can see this. Okay, I'm just waiting for the fish to cook, playing around, having a good time.
Once I get the lid off, I'll show you all. Oh, she's getting there. I'm gonna move the lid, put it over here on my wood pile. I can keep an eye on it. Look at that. Hold on, let me move the camera for you. Oh yeah, we can try some. I am gonna have to build me a little table about that tall. Just got a big old log. Done. Quick, easy. That is the one thing you want to make sure you do is when you're doing anything, quick and easy. Easiest way possible. Less energy that you spent as far as on anything, the better. Like today, I worked really hard. That's why I just don't feel like I need to do anything else. I'm gonna get me some good sleep. I'm finally gonna be above the ground. That sleeping bag will work good because that wind ain't hitting me. It's a little windy out there, but smoke is arising, so that's awesome. I'm actually pretty pleased with this Wikiup. We'll go ahead and get me a piece of fish. Where did I put him? Oh, come here, you slippery little thing. Well, bon appetit. Well, lit in the fire. Guess what? Ain't too hot. We'll have to get another piece. That's all right. I can do it. Come here. Yeah, a little hot. Yeah, real hot. Skin and all. But like I said, you gotta watch them bones. It's the only thing bad about trout. Now, I've filleted them before, but ripped the skins off. But man, that's good. Just straight out of the lake or pond. Can't beat that. Tell you what, since it's pretty hot, I'm gonna take it off the cooker, let it cool a little bit so I can drink some of the broth. That stuff's really good. I know I made this one other time uh, up at Dan Wowak School, and the only people that would actually eat it was me and Dan. He he said it reminded him of Patagonia, so he said he hadn't had it since then. But uh, so hopefully that'll cool pretty good. There we go. Being on that cold ground should be good. Well, I'm going to eat more, so I'm going to eat this, then get my sleeping bag out, go to bed. Fish is just falling apart. That's when you know you really cooked it good. See these bones? Just put them in the fire. Mm-mm-mm. I even like the skin. A lot of people don't. I do. Ooh, some skin. Ooh, that was a hot one. Well, y'all see what I'm doing. Uh, I'm gonna go ahead and retire for the night after I'm done with this. But if I hear anything out there, I'll try to get up and go out and film it. That I think might be a bear. Who knows? uh, there are a bear here, and I know they're awake now. Everybody says, "Oh, they're still hibernating." Nope, they are not. You saw the bear scat, and that was fresh. So I'm actually going to use this as a hunting area next year. I'm going to cut little holes in this Wikiup. Just use this as a blind. I mean, there's all kinds of trails over in here. So, so there you have it. So, uh, so tomorrow we'll get right back at it. So, y'all have a good evening.
I just wanted to show you guys why it's taking me so long to get mulch, or I mean to get moss. And I'll show you here in West Virginia, like I said before, the moss grows on these rocks, the trees. Just a little clump. So what I do is collect it up, roll it up, take it back. So now you see why it's taking me so long. But I will have it done today. Got a lot of stuff to do today. That's why I've got an early start. So just now breaking daylight. So we're gonna have fun today. So stay tuned. And there you have it. So now I'm gonna take a little break, drink a little water.
All right, world, that concludes this episode of Quest to Get on the Alone. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, subscribe and like, and I'll be posting more videos soon. So with that being said, arrivederci.